Alright. Let's head on out to the... What? Alright. Let's not go to the city. Let's actually leave the sword, finally. I'm going this direction because... Actually, there's stuff to explore up here, for one. Well, actually, that's the main reason I'm going this direction, is just to explore the areas that we avoided on our way up previously. Wow, the sword's much more dead looking in this game than in Xenoblade 1. I'll give them that.
Is that what I think it is?
Though it could just be that because of how much farther up we are than in that game. Alright, so if we go just straight forward, I guess everything's gonna be able to see me pretty much. Because of level differences. Oh, those guys didn't. So we're not too over-leveled for the story right now. But I just want to wander about a bit and see what things we can find.
Like
oh, come on.
Where I'm from, it's called a land hand.
Alright, I'll take this container.
What you got for me?
And I guess go back down? Oh, we can climb up over there. How much... Wait, so... If we're going further up, that's further than we get in Xenoblade Chronicles 1 along the sword, isn't it? Because we only... Galahad Fortress was in the... Not the handle, in... It's where the giant circle is that we passed just a minute ago. We don't go any further past the fortress. So I don't know what could be further. I guess for now we just climb and see where it takes us. Maybe we can get all the way to the top. That would be really nice and cool if we could. Okay, well... We still have some ways to go. Oops. You know what? I did say I would take one of these if I found one. Just off in the middle of nowhere. Really annoying to get to. Oh my gosh, that was a good one though. Oh well. We're now full. No need to get any more. But just to top off the last couple, because otherwise that would bother me. Ooh, a level 47 unique monster is about to attack us. Okay, fine. I guess we're doing this. Oh. Oh, he almost fell down. Oh boy, it's enraged now. Now we just have to survive a bit longer. We should be fine. Okay. Now we should be fine. I'll be able to show off something I learned during youth. All of those crowd battles, whatever they're called. We're doing so many of them. I forgot what they're called for some reason. That's what I learned. So, also I read through a bunch of the text stuff. So yeah, if I start off as Ouroboros level 3 as Chain Attack, then I get to do this, not once, but twice, for free. For absolute free. Which is ridiculous. I guess I can go over what else I've learned. Attacker is starting, getting First Blood, which is a bunch of extra stuff. Which then makes you want to go into a healer to just not max out the bar. Not that it matters for this, I think, though it might do extra damage. And then defenders, what their special thing is that when they finish last, is that they revive the person with the most stats, or the highest TP attack from the previous. Well, I guess any round. So that's interesting. That's like the strategy you should go in, or the direct return order you should do. Okay. And then everyone gets reactivated again, solely because this is now active. Which means, I don't know actually how many will be reactivated in a moment, but as long as I do this sensibly, which I just didn't, whoops, then I would have been able to get multiple people. I keep doing that one actually, by accident. So if you die here, it doesn't matter, except we're no longer in those battles, so we can't actually go into overkill, and we'll just end the challenge. Or that just ends it right there? Oh, I thought we could start with 2 Ouroboros. And then continue off of that.
This is something decent, right?
Well, just having 2 Ouroboros attacks back to back is pretty good. But that is... Huh. I'm gonna have to mess around with that a bit more, because I thought it would continue.
What you got for me? Nice, fine.
Oh, there's a door here? Material storage.
Come on, don't
Okay, so
fail
it probably
me
is a
now.
door we can open at some point. It doesn't show up as a door, though, on the map. So maybe we actually can't go in there. And this is high up with the sword we can go. Oh well, I guess it's time to head down the sword. Maybe there's still more areas I've missed and I don't remember. Okay, here we are. Back down to the base of the sword. The game wants me to go north. What happens? Can I go back and get those items or no? Is it still locked for me? It's locked. Okay. Also, these colors are more accurate for what Sword Valley colors kind of looked like. There's no more green ether flowing through the place, but it has been thousands of years and is no longer connected to either Titan, I think. So that's only to be expected. Do we have a submarine? Is that what's about to happen?
This is our first time here, isn't it?
What there's a container over here?
Doesn't look like we can get to it from here.
Really?
Never seen this place before.
Okay. There's some stairs? You sure we can't get to it from there? It's good job. Oh, we do have a boat of some sort. Doesn't look like it's gonna be submarine. There's also a door here that leads somewhere, but we don't have access to it yet. That's fine. We can go more places later. That just to make us excited about coming back here. Okay, let's move this crate.
Here we go.
I'm with you.
Some more Nopon
Come on,
stuff.
don't fail me
This
now.
is valuable. I'll hang on to it.
Nice, fine.
So I don't think this part is a part of the sword. I think we've left part of the sword once we hit the rocky areas. And right now we're just under a mountain of sorts. Okay, I walk right past you. That's good to know. It's just a rock that they built around for some reason. Maybe it's to support the docks? It's not attached to the docks. I don't know why they did this. Okay. Well, anyways, let's figure out where we can go. I didn't realize we'd be leaving through the back of the sword. Excuse me, are you Salmon? Salmon? Most indeed, and our friend's famed Ouroboros. I hear everything from Monica. We'll lend spare ship to friends, no worry. Thank you very much for this. Actually, good ship. Boundary, the name. Friends feel free to use. Whoa, nice piece of kit, this. Never seen a real ship before, except in the textbooks. If friends feeling gratitude can show respect by add Mr. to start of name. Mr. Salmon. Sorry to cut the pleasantries short, but could you tell us more about the infiltration plan? At least ask about boat first. Meh. Bah, fine. Salmon explain, so listen up. Surroundings of Agnes Castle under exceptionally strict guard. Nothing to unexpect. Even with no state-of-art cloaking device, approached by Levnis greeted with shooting and shouting and sharp landing. That's why we plan approach on route that go around Erythia Sea. From the sea, eh? Uh-huh. Wait, if they discover us in the drink, then aren't we really royally snuffed? Erythia Sea is shrouded in black fog. If you ship to glide along on surface of sea, will not show up on radar scan from above. Right, good thinking. Before I proceed to explain nitty-gritty, we must make ship shape. Friends have to help also. To not run as is? There's not enough fuel for runnage of boundary. Ah, so that's the problem. Sounds like you need some good old-fashioned physical labor. Sign me up. Salmon happy to see friends so enthusiastic. Could never help to even carry 300 either by own self, so things were looking choppy. The 300? Do we really need that many? Friends must remember, once depart on ship, they're nowhere to top up before land of destination. And that is the entire length of the entire world, basically? It does make sense. Sure, but where the spark are we going to find that many cylinders? Not here, that's for sure. We pour all fuel we had into making prototype. In other words, I had to figure out the whole supply chain from nothing. Perish thought, friend. Salmon never expect friends could provide alone. Only need to assist associate of Salmon. Would like friends to go see Timna and explain situation. Can that person get us the cylinders? Assuredly. Timna come from one of the 6 mighty houses. Should be no big deal to part with 100 ether cylinder or even 1,000. What are these 6 houses? Very fancy houses and holding of very important people. Alright, we got it. Where can we find this Timna? In the residential quarter of the city. Great, let's go then.
We got new folks on the map.
300. Wait, are there's a bunch of... Wait. The map goes further north. How much further north? Oh boy. This might be the entire ocean up here. It's pretty... It's more tall than wide. So... If we just look at the map... Yeah, because that is what it's showing. Just judging... Well, maybe this not this map. If we look at this map... Little differently oriented. Over here at the city. I would assume there's at least 3 more colonies up here, plus the castle. Just judging by the amount of land. Actually, there's another way I could check by counting how many more characters there are to unlock. But just from memory, there's like 8 more, isn't at least, or about, or something like that. So, and each one is so far has been leader of a colony. Technically, one of them could be from the castle, from both castles. I'm not quite sure. Or from post-game stuff. Who knows? But if there's not a bunch of colonies over here, then the map is very unbalanced to the left. And then we have very little left to do for the game. And no, there's probably nothing back here. Well, I mean, there could be stuff back here. There might be something out here. I'm not sure about what's up there. But I wouldn't expect too much. You actually have no idea what's up here. Can we even see that section on the map? You can. It's not part of any region we've technically explored. Actually, it's on this part of the map, isn't it? Not whatever that is up there. You know what? it's probably gonna be the center of the map that has a new area for us. Also, when you see the castle on the top above it, of this area, it's almost in the clouds. Okay, but before we do the quest to get the ether cylinders, I do have another quest. The Scavenger Force. Somewhere in... Oops. Somewhere in... Well, it says Cadencia region, actually. The Nom Wetlands. I would assume that was outside the sword. Oh, it is out here. Okay. But there's this whole area outside that we didn't really explore at all. I thought it was a lot bigger feeling, too. Let's go back and just run around it real quick. Yeah, see, just look how interesting this place is. We ran right through it and didn't do any exploring solely because we were being directed to a place. There's a level 42 unique monster. I could fight that.
That's a weird one.
I really need to because of its location to quick travel points, but I'll do it anyways. And you're down.
You around, Senna?
I'm the girl with the gun. In there?
Now we're about to
Don't
check.
fail me now.
And some pure gemstones. At least we're not selling everything we pick up anymore.
Specimen.
Back before, it was pure gemstones and just normal gemstones. Of which we probably still have a lot of. Is this the underside of the sword? I think it technically is. Kind of looks like it from this side, at least. Okay, here's where we were taken on a journey to go exploring. Well, not exploring, to stop exploring, even. Hello, person.
Can't leave it like this.
Oh, that's for somewhere we don't know. Cool. Keep finding those. It's a little concerning. Might as well pick up this high ether. Not a huge deal because we can't use it quite yet, but we'll be able to use it this chapter maybe? Maybe next chapter? I don't know.
Myself to death.
Oh, so many. We do have maxed out.
I think there's another ether sphere.
Yeah, we have maxed out ether HD cylinder. Ooh, a level 71 unique monster. Okay. I'll keep that in mind. I just want to see what this battle is over here. And what I can get from it. I guess I'll take the coins. It probably doesn't matter. Ooh, level 58 unique monster up here. I don't even know if I can get up there, though. So it's not that problematic. Oh, there's an item up there. Try to get up there then. Probably easily get up there. Easier to get up there, so not too bad. There's a level 71 unique monster again. Okay, I'll grab this container.
Come on, don't fail me now.
Oh. And we're selling the pure gemstones now. Okay, there's no way I can just jump over there. Just checking. Can't believe we're already selling the pure gemstones. It feels like we just started getting those. And there's remnants of a battle here. Only soldiers of one side died, though.
Be at rest.
Again, for a colony we have not yet met. Unless that's a symbol of the castle, which it could be, I guess. Oh yeah, if you need more proof of what this area is built on the corpse of, yeah. I said when I was here last, it was, oh god, what was it called? The Letharian Archipelago from Xenoblade 2. Rex's home, or where he grew up. Oh, it's nice being able to go through here without everyone aggroing on me. Very nice.
Is that rare? I want.
Oh,
Check out what I found.
container out here.
Anything decent in there?
Well, it looks like
Nice
not on
find.
coins. And it was. Plus some money, which is very not really useful. At least not in the quantities I have. Okay, here's where we can
This was
talk
a
to
nice find.
this person who's just... Okay, interesting. You! Don't worry, we're Ouroboros, right? You brought back everyone's belongings. I was at the Remembrance Stones then. So then, the person you were mourning, you brought his memory home. I'll always be grateful to you for that. Going to have to rely on your help a little more. Could you give the captain up ahead of hand? Seems like monsters are really slowing down the retrieval. Understood. We'll do what we can. Are you fine? All fine then? Yeah, not to worry. We're 5 by 5. We'll be taking every last bit of plunder back to the city. This wreckage? It's like a treasure trove for us. Can't be wasting a single bit. Are you okay? Is something wrong? Oh, it's just... You remember the keepsakes you brought back? I had a friend. You. I see that wreckage, and I just can't help but think about the folks who died here. Or there. We should be grateful for everything that left there. It's a feeling I understand well.
Some relationships change.
Oh, another container full of Nopon coins.
Come on, don't fail me
These are
now.
worth a bit, right?
Nice find.
And I guess that's it for exploring the area. What? How strange.
This is something decent,
Was much
right?
smaller than I expected. Oh, you're down here now. But yeah, we've been... Okay. Other than whatever's out here and past us in that direction. Okay, I guess I'll just run it. So what monsters? Well, looky here, the Ouroboros themselves. Mizuki told me you were coming. Oof, that's a voice and a half. Gahaha, how rude of me. Rest assured that we will leave no trace of our existence. Well, I'm glad you're so enthusiastic. It's taking you some time to retrieve everything, I hear. Had a bit of trouble with Garafas, you see. Is this one a Garafa? It might be. I don't know what's got them in such a tiz. They just won't seem to leave our salvage alone. It's proving nigh impossible to get our hands on those Levnus parts. I'd like to retrieve them undamaged if possible. So you just need us to bash up some Garafas? Piece of cake. Recovery of resources is the goal. Engaging in the enemy is secondary to that. Repeat. Gah, where did that come from? That's the order of priority. Don't you forget it. We support more lives with our scavenging than you know. Always keep that in mind, got it? Yes, ma'am. Good lad. Don't worry, it's part of a rookie's job to make mistakes, you know. Rookie? You're the new recruits, aren't you? Now come on, pick up the pace. Use your powers and whatnot to retrieve those parts. Thanks in advance.
We got new folks on the map.
Okay, where do we need to go? Just up here? I don't see any enemies at all. But I guess they'll show up as soon as I try to investigate. Don't see any scratches, sparks, that was stressful. What enemies?
Whoa, what's with that one?
Let me just make sure I know what the heck they're talking about for enemies. You are Grappas, okay. You guys not... I guess they're just lower level than we are. Nicely done. And no significant damage to note. Nothing to sneeze at, eh? That's Ouroboros for you, I suppose. So we finally convinced her. This was a test from the get-go, wasn't it? Suppose you wanted to know if the power of the famous Ouroboros would mesh with the lost numbers way of life. We didn't even fight anyone. So you saw through us. You're smarter than I thought you'd be. It's good to know how the scavenger troops feel about us anyway. Thank you for telling us. I'm the one who should be thanking you. Thanks to you, I got to keep my team safe. Mizuki's a newlywed, you know, and I couldn't face May if anything happened to him. But I digress. Better get the troops home safely, eh? Thanks for your help. Pleasure working with you, Ouroboros. Cool, I wonder if this is going to unlock any more quests in the city.
The relationships changed.
Oh, that might.
According to Mr. Salmon, Timna's place should be around here.
Do you really think she can come up with 300 ether cylinders?
Hey, so my dad came back from an expedition, and guess what? He brought me a fortune clover. Well, I'm so jelly. You even have 7 and you'll have 7 in no time. Oh, are you the kid who wants 7? What's your name? Wait, you don't have a name. Wait. No, it's a Nabon that wants 7. Interesting. Oh, while I'm here, I might as well turn in a couple of these. Wait, did I just give it to you?
Guess it was worth the effort.
What the heck is that? What? What was that? What just happened there? I swear I gave that to him twice, plus the text was garbage? What? Okay, we're going to ignore that, and it's just the goods now, right? Okay, not quite just the goods. There's a couple at the top as well.
Hey, we finished
I might
off
as well
something.
pick up. Engineer gloves. I know someone wants
Hey, we
some
finished
sort of
off
gloves
something.
for one of these.
Great, it's done. Great, it's done.
Okay. So just goods, which I could do later. Didn't someone want gloves? I could have sworn I saw one that wanted gloves. Maybe I did that one then. Miss Timna, we've come on an errand from Salmon. Oh really? What might he need? Well, he's found himself quite urgently needing a large quantity of fuel, so... I don't need the preamble duck. This is Salmon we're talking about. I'm sure he's got a whole lot of guff to sell me. Well, I wouldn't quite... It's quite alright. What's he after? Tell me plainly. 300 ether cylinders. Planning something big again, is he? Not to worry, I'll have them prepared. Or, well, I'd love to do that for you, but lately the conservative lot have been buzzing around. Such a pain. Truth is, we haven't been able to secure a surplus for ourselves either. Conserve a what now? They're the people who don't welcome war, perhaps. It seems you know enough to recognize not all of this great city's people think the same way. Some are happy to remain spectators in the conflict taking place outside our door. Not to fight Mobius, maintain the status quo. They want nothing more than to steal the city's hatches. Seal, even, not steal. Build up our defenses. Lots of conservative people are like that here. But do pardon an old woman for that tangent. We were talking about ether cylinders. Their lot has been stockpiling more than they need, all just to cock a snook at us. You should get what you need from them. Huh? Didn't you just say you didn't like each other? That doesn't mean there aren't any sensible people on that side too. I see. So even your separate factions are comprised of varying types then. Well, maybe we should pay a visit to one of these sensible people then. Please do. Speak to Miori. She's the person in charge of the material storage warehouse. Wait, I know where that was. If you tell her that the Noppon's needs are many, the conversation should go smoothly. The Noppon's needs are many? Is that like a key phrase? The material storage warehouse is outside the city. Mind how you go. Understood. Thanks for your help. Oh, it's even just a landmark. That means it's probably nice. Well, it's convenient that I was already just here. Hey, are you Miori? What? Miss Timna sent us. We're trying to get some ether cylinders. Timna did. Well, is that all? She didn't give you a message or something? Huh? A message? Don't think I remember anything like that. Wait, guys. Right, no deal then. You can leave now. What? Look, this isn't what we were told. A busy gal, okay? Beat it. How did you guys forget so quickly? Hey, wait. Suggest to abandon hope. She'd give coldest shoulder. Oh right, she said to mention that the Nopon needs his money. That's different. Is that really what she said? To the word, to the letter, are you sure? Huh? Oh, was it needs are many instead? Yes, now I get it. I'll get them ready for you. Really? Thanks so much. Great success? I see. So that's what she meant by the conversation going smoothly. Huh? I mean, this person, big Nopon fan. Only reasonable, really. Probably not what that means. So, how many do you need? 300 ether cylinders. Is that manageable? I'll check. Hold tight. Also, don't let anyone near the storage. Sure thing. Don't let anyone near? Like anyone would bother coming out here with without a rock-solid reason. Sound like the faction she belongs to doesn't want any involvement with us. Imagine she doesn't want to be suspected of helping Ouroboros. Well then, should we give her a hand? The faster it's done, the sooner we can get it out of her hair. No, we should stay put like she said. We don't want to antagonize her. She said not to let anyone near. I would assume that includes us. Yeah, let's keep a watch like we were told. Huh? Something up, Mimi? I just heard something. It's coming this way. Oh. Whoa, check them out. Why are they so big? Let's take them out before things get messy. I'm with you.
We got new folks on the map.
Supply rating message. Yeah, I assume that's what they're here for.
Time to win out the big guns.
I heard a ruckus out here. Anything I need to worry about? Not even slightly. Nobody's here. Right. I prepared the ether cylinders. Take them and go. Can we carry them? Thanks. Oh, we're gonna carry it as like a box or something. Oh my gosh.
We should be done with the ether cylinders now. Let's get back to Mr. Salmon.
A ship, huh? I'm on board for that.
These are actually just items that they're shoved into my inventory. Why? For what purpose are they just... It could just be a box labeled 300 ether cylinders. A single item. Why 300 individual items? That's so weird.